Hello guys, how are we doing and welcome back to the channel. I see a lot of people in my comments say that they struggle with invasion control, and I'm hoping to solve any issues you may have in this video here. This is a video of me playing, obviously, invasion control, and I play it almost perfectly. I get a 3.5 KD, we win 3-0, and it's just a really nice example of how you can fundamentally play the map. We're going to be going into a little bit of analytics, looking at the minimap from a top-down perspective, and just, really break down the gameplay to hopefully help you improve when we do this. Now I know I cover a lot of invasion controls in my Help with Harrz series. However, a lot of them are gameplays where people have struggled. So this is hopefully a good example where you can, find the power spots and use the same tactics I'm using in this gameplay to hopefully get better at this map mode combination yourself. Before we get into it fully, I just wanted to say that obviously invasion control is literally all about get into a spot or a mean heady, get into a power position where you're likely to meet the enemy, get the kill, push up and gain control to the next point where you're hoping to meet the enemy in a power position, kill them, push up, maintain control. That's how it works on both offense and defense, but you've got to do that whilst maintaining full map coverage here. So you'll see on the off here, we've got two people capping B, you've got a little bit of pressure towards A, and I can hear, you get that audio sound when someone hops on A, so I'm sort of here, covering this area here. I just heard them get off the A point, so I'm trying to watch this. But you can see we're sort of trying to lock down the lanes here. If we take a look at what we're currently holding, we've got two teammates over towards B. I'm mid-tank. We've got a teammate sort of just lingering in CAF. But at the time where, they're sort of middle actually, so let me just undo those. They're sort of middle, so they're actually just really here. Now, as you can see, we've got this lane covered through here. We've got this area covered through here. But the only lane left open is down here, which is why I've sort of decided to take up a position of checking this so that, 1, 2, 3 lanes are all covered. And that's pretty much, what you should be doing throughout the game on invasion control. So let's see how we progress with this. So again, I'm just playing for these initial kills, managed to get one. Second guy hiding me on the car. But again, I've pushed up to that, that top tank, that really powerful position, and we get a good amount of kills. That's 3 down there, and then I'm thinking, whilst we're progressing up the map, that's great. So whilst we've got people on B, stopping the clock, I'm thinking I can run lives down here as much as possible. I need to make it easy for my team to get B, so I need to be a massive distraction this area of the map here. So we're playing for some kills, getting back gas station here, just trying to cut them off a little bit. Feel a little bit overwhelmed. I'm not sure. There's going to be a few people coming to spawn, so I'm trying to finesse myself a little bit here. Try to play around the map. Now I know there's a couple people back spawn. Stop shooting. I know I've milked there. You probably heard me say that in the game chat. However, I'm hoping you can see what I'm trying to do there. From me pushing up and me being a massive distraction, I've enabled our team to push up to B pretty much freely because all of their focus is on A. So what you'll see happen is we've got teammates over towards B. And we're getting kills absolutely fine. Now, if it was going to be the case where I wasn't on A, the entire enemy focus would be towards B. They'd be cutting off the lanes, they'd be cutting off the routes, everything like that towards B. However, and that would basically mean that our players would not be able to progress up the B street, but they'd be pretty much stuck on the point. However, because I was on A, causing them a little bit of a distraction and forcing the enemy team to think about A, maybe, some of them have had to come off towards A, opening up this left-hand side of the map to enable our team to push through. So it's absolutely massive what I've done there in the fact that my teammate have now got almost a free route to push through because I've dragged the enemy team towards A by just being on the point, being difficult, getting people weak, and just being a formidable presence. Again, I'm checking the lanes, making sure people can't get across for free. But obviously we're trying to work the A point here. We're trying to get a decent amount of control at the map. Should have checked that corner, but I'm hoping my teammates get the trade. But I'm watching the kill cam there. If we rewind that very, very slightly, on the kill cam I can see that this is probably the furthest player up because I've literally just walked across the this half of the map. And there's no one else really on their team around the site. So there's probably someone back gas by the looks of that. And then the other two people on their team are probably further left towards blue, towards the B street. So realistically, this A street is quite open, so I've got that to bear in mind when we progress into the next set of life. So again, I'm using that tack map, which is scoreboard right bumper or R1. And yeah, I'm just trying to progress up the map as much as I can. My teammates are actually on the point. So in my head, a lot of the enemy team's focus is going to be on that point. So I'm hoping to catch a few people off guard here. I'm able to run straight down the map because my teammates are, you know, being that annoying focus. I managed to get a kill and make that 2. And again, I'm just trying to be difficult. So if we rewind very slightly here, what info do we have? So I've just killed a player on the point. So that's 1 player. A player is literally in front of me just here who I do kill. So that's 2 players. But you'll see on the minimap here, we've got a player on the point, and you can tell they're on the point because it also says losing above the A, you know, the symbol. And additionally, we know there's a player sort of back here near the tank on the corner of this laundry building or rug building, essentially. So I sort of have info on every single player left. Pick up a gun instead of reloading, trying to, you know, deter that player on time. And again, I'm sort of checking for that corner. Unfortunately, they progressed round. I should have probably read the pinch, but realistically, if I sat in the corner there, I wanted to, you know, it wouldn't be great. But again, it's all about putting that pressure up. We're 4 lives up. We've got 1 minute 30 left. We should be pretty much chilling. So again, you can see I'm trying to like progress up the map here, holding a power position. This mid tank is a massive hold. From here, it enables the teammates who have just spawned in to get to the exact same point as I have. So just playing your life somewhere up the map, wait for your team to get to you, and then you can progress. Does massive things. Get my teammates trade. I notice there's an enemy P2 side of the tank, so I decide to play for them. I'm coming backwards to allow my teammates to come out of spawn. Now, if I decided, I know in a lot of videos I've said you do not want really to give up map control, but this is a game mode and game mode map combination, where you can get stuck super easily. So I just wanted to make sure that my teammates had the availability to run left, to run middle if they want. Obviously the right is still locked. I'm not entirely sure how many people are there, but I'm just trying to make it easy for my team to get out of their spawn, really, because I need all the help I can to progress up the map. So I've just been shot from the point. No one's died on the enemy team for a while, so I'm not expecting anyone to be sat camping back here just yet. And yeah, teammates get a couple of kills. I get the final kill, and we decide to hop the point. We get a trophy down, and again, I'm sort of looking for that last player. I'm thinking, okay, well, that last player is somewhere. There's 3 kinmen spawn, so I know realistically, if I jump up and look right, there's probably going to be 2 or 3 people running at me. But again, I'm still looking for that other player who threatens us slightly, who I think was on B Street. So decide to reposition. My teammate, unreal from a teammate here. A lot of the times when you solo queuing, the teammates don't really look at the minimap and use the minimap, but he's seen that I'm watching this way, and they've taken up the initiative to pick up the flanks. Absolutely massive gameplay out of them. And yeah, we gap the point. So again, as you can see, it's sort of that map progression, get up the map and push up as much as we can. Now on defense, it's going to be a little bit different. Now defense is a little bit easier to keep them in spawn. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out. So the route I've taken here, I've gotten a little bit stuck here, but I'm trying to get as much as I can. So as I'm running to this route, my eyes are actually focused on this area here, and the reason for that is so I can see if enemies are running across towards B. Now I don't get much information on anyone across B. I get a stun from my nade, teammates live mark that, and I get the assist, which means that the person who I've just stunned has been killed, so I don't need to worry about that player anymore. Because we didn't see anyone cross B, I'm well aware that the enemy team are pretty much all towards A. We've just cleared the middle, if we take their minimap here. So we know they're not B Street, unless they've gone all the way around like that. So this area is clear, and I'm not really concerned about B because they'd have just hopped it, so that area is clear. So my main focus is all in this danger zone here. We know they haven't gotten the point yet because we haven't heard that sound. It doesn't tell them we're capping it. So chance, and we do have a teammate sort of, you know, back there, so sort of in this position perhaps. So we do know that they're probably stuck in this general area here, which is why I'm sort of looking for the kills, you know, in this sort of position. So you'll see me try and sort of engage and push up and try and get these kills, enabling my teammates to not die on the left here. Again, looking at the map, I'm hearing shots, I'm looking at the minimap, I can see that there's a player there, get 1 kill, here shooting again, look at the minimap, notice another red dot, spin around, get the other kill, and this is where we move up into a spot. So there are so many positions you can sit on this side just to stop them off the spawn, but this is one of my favorites. You can see them running right here, and a lot of the times it's a free kill. So I'm not shooting exactly because I'm not sure I can get the kill. They're moving quite a little bit quicker, so it's important to have that trigger discipline. but I managed to get some 2 very clean kills and then progress a little bit further at them up. So I've just got 2 kills. I don't want to overstay my welcome, and as a result of that, I've decided to move a little bit. I don't want to be obvious. I don't want to be predictable, and I'm just trying to put out as much damage as I can, be annoying as I can, just to delay their push towards B. Now, our teammate has just got a kill, unfortunately. Now, I say unfortunately, and that's because I'm pinching. Now, what will probably happen, and what I think happens here, is I go and help out at B through the full pinch, which often doesn't get checked, and I do get pinched from the player who's just going to come off spawn. Yeah, they're checking it, they're playing fairly well, but I'm trying to be as difficult as I can. Now, I'm fully aware there's probably a teammate on the enemy team spawning behind me any minute now, but I'm just trying to not allow them off the point. I'm trying to see what info I can get, how much damage I can do, and yeah, I eventually get shot in the back, which is, you know, sort of expected. But I've assisted my teammates to get pushed up there. That player I killed top broken was a massive kill because you know, they were on a real strong power position there, and I stopped my teammates from getting killed by that player. But again, I spawned in, I'm looking at the minimap, and my teammates have, you know, they're struggling, they're dying on the right. So I decide to, you know, essentially what I need to do, no one's got left. The fact is the enemy team are going to be spawning here, so they're more inclined to just run this way or run through middle. Chances they come off left, but I'm hoping, because that's the least worry, I'm trusting the teammate who has just spawned in to pick up this left-hand side. For me, my priority is to make sure the middle's clear and I can help my team out at B. Just because of the way I feel like they're going to be going, but because they spawn on this right side anyway, I feel like that's just the natural area to be pushing through. So I'm nading over towards P4. I'm checking P4 to make sure this area is clear, making sure A Street's clear, because as I say, we don't have anyone picking it up. Now, you might say, okay, why didn't you come off spawn and run this way? And for the exact same reason I just said, I wanted to make sure that, one, I'm close enough to my teammate here in order to help them, because a lot of the pressure will come their way eventually. And additionally, you can see in this position here, we've just had 2 teammates die. So I need to make sure I'm covering as much of the map as possible. Now, from this mid tank just here, you can watch that push through middle, and you can watch the cut off from A. Now, because of the pressure we were applying initially, and the timings of spawn delays and things like that, I pretty much knew I could get to this mid tank by the time enemies we know were coming off spawn and getting here. And as a result, I knew I could pick up the cross earlier on than they could get there. So starting this tank, I managed to get a decent couple of kills. Again, I'm flashing just for info. As I say, I'm watching middle, I'm watching left, and they can't really get through. Managed to get a kill, which I didn't expect, because, you know, I've got a teammate pushed up on the minimap there, so I didn't think they'd get there. But yeah, as you can see, I'm very conscious that, you know, there's now every single one of the enemy team are going to be coming off spawn. We don't have anyone watching the left-hand side. So in my head, I need to go, okay, I need to cover the left. I need to make sure that my teammates have got enough support on the right here. So yeah, whilst we're not directly down this lane, we are here, and we can see the cross from the enemy spawn. You know, if they did want to run out right, we do have that cross from here. So you'll see me going between both the B and the A cross here, but essentially this is not an awful step to have. Get people weak, unfortunately die. Now, as I say, I'm not really locked in. I'm not sure if you can hear it. I'm literally just having a casual conversation about Huntsman v Optic in the MW3 finals. So I'm not locked in. So I could be playing better, but I think it's really nice that I fundamentally played this well. My teammate, thankfully, has understood the minimap, so they've gone straight towards the left. And because I know we've got, you know, I've just seen someone cross to the left. I didn't quite get them through convoy. I then died from middle. The left and mid is completely open, and we really don't want to lose A. And as a result, we're putting a little bit of focus here. Thankfully, my teammates go huge. The last player I need to kill is that player. We get the kill, and yeah, they've got 3 seconds to get on the hill. I'm not concerned about this at this point. The round is pretty much over. So far we're 16-5 with a 40% accuracy. We're frying. Now moving on to a little bit of round 3. I've got a cruise in the back pocket, so we're looking good. So what I'm trying to do here is, as I'm running across, because we've got such an advantage, I would normally, if we were struggling with, I'd normally suggest a rogue push towards A, but because we've got so much time here, we've got so much of an advantage, we can literally secure ticks on B here and guarantee defense if somehow it gets to around 5. But as I'm running across it, you can see I'm available to check if people are coming across. So as I am running, I'm sort of trying to decide, you know, how free is B, whether or not I should, you know, stick B or help my teammates out. But considering all my teammates have literally gone to the right-hand side of A, 2 players essentially may have seen me cross to B. So I might have, there's 2 people sort of on my left-hand side. I have no idea where the other 2 players are. So they could be like in rugs, they could be pushed up to gas station. I have no idea. But so far, I'm here, and I know that there's probably an enemy about here. There's probably an enemy who crossed to B early. But then the other 2 people, they could be pretty much, maybe even a little bit further here, anywhere in this zone. So we're pretty much chilling, and we're trying to help. In my head, I'm thinking, you know what? I've got 3 teammates here. If I can help them out somehow, it's a 4v2 in this area. So we're using our numbers well here. I'm using the minimap to my advantage and making sure that logically we're in the better chance of winning gunfights. Now, huge live marks out my teammates, and then want me to get that kill. I then try, I'm assuming the guy on the left's pushed all the way up to B, because I'm, you know, just to stop us getting anywhere near it. And I try and get into this rugs, but for some reason the door didn't open, and I get caught in the crossfire. But from that kill cam, if we take another look at that kill cam, you can see that, you know, from here I can see we've got the person who I've just killed, who yeah, it was a free kill at the pillars here. But then we can also see there's someone on time and there's someone back gas. So I've got so much information that the enemy has absolutely 0 map control. And then this guy gets the kill. So all I really know, I know 3 positions. I know that player who's DVD, I know the player who's sat on A, and I know the player's back gas, and then one coming off spawn. So I know exactly where all 4 players are just because I've watched that mini-map. Watched that kill cam, sorry. Now, because they haven't pushed up A, this leaves them really vulnerable here. So I'm sort of trying to progress slowly up this right-hand side of the map. Managed to get a kill, and then you know, just trying to play cover here. Again, I'm trying to get to a head glitch, trying to get to a power position, getting a kill, pushing up, getting a kill, pushing up. So this is what I'm really trying to do here. Now I notice that there's an explosive car literally here, so I throw a trophy down just to try and, you know, benefit me a little bit. Managed to clean that guy off top of the plank, and then eventually fall. But that is now 2 people coming off spawn, whilst as we look at the mini map, we've got, you know, 3 players relatively close. So they've got a lot of pressure going to A right now. The enemy team are probably communicating that there's so many players towards A. They need to do something. We need to do something. So in my head, I'm thinking, you know, if I can get to B, it's going to separate them a little bit. So because they've got so much pressure towards A, you know, we had 3 people here, you know, they were getting traded out. And off spawn, they're probably just going to play a lot of their position towards A. In my head, I'm thinking I can get a free B push here, and at the end of the day, there's probably maybe going to be 1 or 2 people pushing me at a staggered rate, which means I'm going to take one gunfight on, then another. So it's going to be a real easy hold for me, hopefully. And I'm also very conscious that there's only 30 seconds left, and you know, we're nowhere near finishing their lives. So I need to stop the time at some point here, allow my teammates to push up and, you know, bump me off the time. But really, I'm looking for this time extension now, making sure that we've got enough time to finish the round here. So I'm, you know, not getting off the point, trying to play my life as much as I can. I don't have a trophy, so I'm concerned that I need a good escape plan if a grenade does come over. But yeah, sound hall, that door coming open, me and the teammate capping this. We're pretty much chilling. I decided to shut the door again just because it was a really handy sound clue to know if someone's coming from our right. But yeah, you can see what we're doing here, trying to extend the time. I got someone weak. I chased the kill because I knew it was going to be an absolutely free kill. Teammates covered me nicely there. Live mark enabled me to put out a little bit of damage. Turn on the guy pillars. Again, let's break that down a little bit because it happened really, really fast. So we're capturing the point. Get this guy really weak here. Get the trade. And again, my main focus here is to make sure we're getting the point. So I'm staying on the point as much as I can. Notice this door opens here and I'm reloading. So in my head, I'm like, shit, I need to reposition. I need to make sure I can't die here. If I stay here trying to wire shoot, I'm dead. So I decided to reposition behind this pillar quickly, stopping myself dying from the player in DVD. Thankfully, my player helps out massively by being on the point, and just deters them from pushing me any further. They live ping them. I'm trying to shoot through the live ping through the wall. Put a lot of damage to my teammate, it seems, annoyingly. But then as soon as that happens, I'm hearing gunshots behind me. And then I look at the mini-map, glance at the mini-map, notice there's a person dark, spin on the player dark, and manage to get the kill. Now in my head, I know we're still looking for someone in DVD, so I'm sort of trying to play for that a little bit here, just trying to play this a little bit slower. Getting killed from a player top gas is a nice line of sight from that enemy player there. And now my teammate, this is where if I was purely solo queuing with an awful team, this would be impossible. But my teammates here are going huge. They're getting a decent amount of kills while I'm enabling me to push up. Now, in my head, those guys have got a 3.5 respawn delay. I need to make sure that I'm in a good position so that when they spawn in, they've got to almost run past me to get to the hill. So I decided to sit here. This player didn't see me somehow. But from this position, essentially, you know, I'm here in this cubby little corner, and from here I can see any push. If an enemy decides to run out the spawn around this way, I can see him through the tank. If they decide to, if they're spawning blue, which they might be doing from this point, I'm not sure on timings of where I moved, they literally have to run in front of me to get to the point. Essentially, I have this area locked down, enabling my teammates to push up, and only really have to be concerned about the mid cuts. So yeah, me being here is massive. I'm trying to get the kills as much as I can to be, again, annoying, but also I'm holding a decent amount of map progression, allowing my teammates to feel comfortable pushing up somewhat. So again, get some kills. That guy shot, so I used the minimap to determine where they were. Believe a player's just died off the time, so I'm playing this a little bit cautiously. But again, I'm just trying to hold that map progression up. I don't necessarily want to run directly to A and start capping it, because my teammates are all in Narnia. I'm not going to have any help. All 4 of the enemy's attention are going to be on me, so I need to make sure I'm playing this really cleverly and holding this progression up the map. Essentially, as long as I'm alive here, the teammates have got a little bit of confidence that I'm going to be able to hold progression, and they're going to be able to push up fairly well. So essentially, I'm completely owning A Street right now. What I'm doing here is essentially ensuring that the enemy team can't get anywhere near the point from their side, and I'm spawning them out. So whilst I'm in this, you know, where am I? I'm sort of here. The enemy team are going to be spawning in this region here, which means they're going to have to run down middle. They're going to have to run down here, maybe run through rugs. So my teammates have pretty much got, if they can get to the point, all they need is to have someone and me watch the cross onto the point, and we're absolutely chilling. They can't really get to it, but it does require us to stay alive, obviously. So again, I repositioned into this area here because I've just shot. I don't want to be in the same place for too long. And yeah, I repositioned here because, as I said in the previous diagram, it's a really strong position to hold. But I'm not really sensing much here, so I decided to, you know, they must be holding the teammates in somewhat, because otherwise they'd be coming to challenge me. So I decided, you know what, let's see if I can help my teammates out a little bit, see if I can get a kill. And even though I'm solo queuing and I don't even know they're listening, you can see here I'm communicating where they are. So there's one back gas. There's one, you know, bottom blue. There's one in, where's that? Rugs? No, that's calf. So I'm communicating that to my teammates here. And yeah, unfortunately don't get a kill, but I have all the information. And 11 versus 4, that information is absolutely huge. Unfortunately, do die. Let's take a look at that again, why that happened. So I should have killed him there in the first place, to be fair. I just didn't see that extra extension to the roof. So I do unfortunately fall to that player there. They read that really well. And we unfortunately do go 3 down, which is a little bit tough. Now, I'm spawning in. I'm hearing the timer of the, you know, the clock counting down, and I know there's 15 seconds left. We do not have time to piss around here. We've got to get to the point as quickly as we can. And as a result, I'm literally trying to fly at it. So I'm not sure where the gameplay's stuttering. There we go. So I've just done the player middle, which means I know that should be in calf somewhere. Player managed to get that kill. Absolutely huge kill from them. Get the trade on that player, and it's GG. It's as simple as that. To be fair, I thought we were going to choke it. I didn't think we were quite there. I'll go 26-8. We get Crims, you know, it's a bit unfair teams looking at it, to be fair, but we absolutely fry. And I'm hoping this has helped those of you who are maybe struggling, you know, to take Control Invasion to the next level. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the gameplay. Let me know if you have any constructive criticism down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.